Hi everybody and welcome to the Modesto B Stanislaus Basketball Playoff Preview. I'm Brian VanderBeek, this is Joe Cortez, and over the next few minutes we're going to talk about the 47 boys and girls high school basketball teams that have been seeded into the Sac-Joaquin Section playoffs. And we're going to start right at the top here with Division I girls.
Well, locally we've got Enox High in Division I. They were seeded number 7, which was a little lower than I thought they might get seeded. I was thinking a 4, maybe even a 3. But this is a really loaded bracket here with St. Mary's of Stockton and Oak Ridge, two teams that have been in and out of the national rankings. There's Napa, which has lost one game all year. So it's a really tough bracket.
Yeah.
Also locally, we've got Merced facing Rodriguez on Friday night. That's a play-in game. The winner gets to play St. Mary's. Thanks for playing.
There you go.
And then number 14, Kimball, faces number 19, Lodi, in another play-in game. But Enox has Davis of Yolo in a Tuesday game at Enox High School.
So Enox gets the home game there. Over on the boys' side, we have 17 teams into the Division I bracket, 3 of them local, all of them from the CCC. Merced gets the number 6 seed at 21-6, having beaten Golden Valley and won the coin toss to get that number 1 seed. And they're going to be hosting Pleasant Grove on Tuesday. This is the first winning season and playoff berth for your Bears since 2010. And that's the year the Bears went to the section semis.
That's right.
As you remember.
It's good to see them back at traditional power.
Yeah.
And my alma mater.
There you go. Golden Valley also 21-6. They got the number 7 seed. I mean, only poetic that they put them back to back if they're separated by a coin toss. They're going to host the Oak Ridge.
You almost said Oak Ridge boys.
Oak Ridge boys. They're going to host Elvira. They're going to host Oak Ridge on Tuesday. And this is a rematch. They actually beat Oak Ridge in the first round last year. And then they fell to Bethel of Vallejo in the second round. Turlock High, the number 3 team out of the CCC, got a number 16 seed. They'll be playing an out-bracket game Friday against Stagg, which is kind of a change because Turlock has been eliminated in the section playoffs 4 straight years by Franklin of Elk Grove. That's the way that falls. And Turlock is looking for its first playoff win since 2010. And that's how Division I boys break down.
I'm sure they're glad they're not seeing Franklin.
Franklin of Elk Grove, yeah, that's right. How about Division II girls?
Division II girls, we've got 4 local teams. We've got Atwater and Buhach Colony from the CCC, and Grace Davis and Gregori from the Modesto Metro Conference. And all of them are on the road. Atwater gets number 1 McNair. Grace Davis is at Rio Linda. Buhach is at Bear Creek. And Gregori is at Cosumnes Oaks. So the section did no favors for the CCC and the MMC in this particular bracket. They've got tough games, and they're all facing an uphill battle.
It's kind of the same thing over on the boys' side with the MMC. They're all going to play in the out-bracket games. Even a league champion can be no better than 16. Grace Davis in a 20-team Division II field. Davis at 17-9 will host Vallejo on Friday. They're looking for their first playoff victory since 2010 when they also beat Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge boys coming up a lot here.
Yeah,
Elvira, that's right. Beyer at 16-11 got the number 18 seed. They'll be at Bear Creek in Stockton. It's Beyer's first playoff berth since 2007, and their last playoff victory came in 2005 against West High under Coach Mike Vandermolen, which brings me to Gregori at number 19, coached by Mike Vandermolen. They're 15-12. This is the 3rd season of Gregori varsity basketball and their 2nd straight playoff berth. They made the playoffs last year and lost at Burbank in last year's first round. So 3 MMC teams in Division II, all of them out bracket.
But Davis is at home.
Davis is at home, and that's what they wanted. They would rather be a 16 hosting an out bracket than a 12 or 11 and waiting until Tuesday and going on the road. Dan Pacheco really wanted that home game. Let's move on to Division III.
Well, we've got Modesto Christian.
Yeah.
Seeded number 2. And of course, they're always a player and a contender for the section title. They'll face American Canyon on Tuesday. Weston Ranch is hosting El Camino. Patterson gets a number 3 seed, and they'll be facing Benicia on Tuesday. And then East Union, the number 3 team out of the Valley Oak League, started the season 0-4. and I think it was 1-4 in league at one point. They turn it around and get a home game. They'll face Placer in the first round.
It's a great turnaround.
Placer was a number 4 team, number 4 seed out of Italy. So a great turnaround for East Union to get that home game.
Yeah. Over on the boys' side, 15 teams in the Division III bracket, which means that one team, the number 1 seed, is going to get a bye.
And that is?
Modesto Christian at 19-8. The Crusaders obviously are going to go into Division III as favored to claim their 16th section title. No other school has more than 9. So they'll be waiting, and talked to Gary Porter, and he would have liked to play right away, but he's not going to complain about getting that number 1 seed.
It's a 10-day layoff, though.
It really is, and several teams are facing that. Our next seed is at number 6, Sierra at 26, and I think going into last week they probably would have been a 3 or 4 seed, but then losing 2 out of the last 3 games, they lost to Manteca, and then they lost to Lathrop on Tuesday night. Which got Lathrop into the playoffs and knocked Weston Ranch out of the playoffs. They're 20-6. They dropped to number 6. They will host number 11, Central Valley. Now, Central Valley 21-6 also. Congratulations to Daryl Dixon at Central Valley and the Hawks for the school's first ever winning season. And first
Valley
playoff berth. I really like that team. I saw them play. A solid team. It could be a good game. I mean, Sierra's going to be got to be a little bit down after it's. I still think Sierra probably wins this, but it could be a very, very, very good game. Manteca at 19-8 is the number 13, and they're going to open at Christian Brothers. They haven't won a playoff game since 2010. Patterson, under first-year coach Brian Delaporte, has 14-12. They grab the number 15 seed, and they're going to be playing at Vanden. They did it the old-fashioned way in the WAC. They lost 2 games to Central Catholic, 2 games to Central Valley, and swept everybody else.
That's right.
Swept everybody below them, and that's how you grab 3rd place in a league.
That's one of the boys' teams that I was able to see this year.
Yeah.
Having seen mostly the girls.
It's a nice
I was
team.
impressed with Brian Delaporte's team. They are very nice, very athletic.
Well, let's move on to Division IV girls.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is where the Motherlode League
Yes.
is shining here. We've got Calaveras, or I should say we've got Bret Hart, the champion of the Motherlode League. Argonaut, the runner-up, in Calaveras, number 3 in this bracket. Bret Hart faces Los Banos out of the Western Athletic Conference in its first-round game. Argonaut takes on Houston. Calaveras just missed hosting a first round. They're number 9. They'll take on number 8, San Juan, on Tuesday night. Also, we've got number 5, Riverbank, hosting Summerville, another MLL team. Riverbank with the sisters, the Lou sisters. They've got a chance to make some noise here. You know, they were the runner-up in TVL, runner-up to Modesto Christian. Those are their 2 league losses, and they're battle-tested, ready to go.
Well, the Division IV on the boys' side has a 16-team bracket, and actually one of the brackets actually has 16 teams. There's not 20, there's not 15, there's not 8.
Many of those.
Anyway, so everybody means that everybody starts play on the boys' side Wednesday in Division IV. 9 of the 16 teams in Division IV are from the Stanislaus District, so we're loaded right there.
Yes.
The highest seed is number 3 Riverbank at 21-3, and they're going to face number 14 Summerville. For Riverbank, 2 losses to Modesto Christian, 1 loss to Casa Roble, and if the ankle of Roland Dunham is healthy, the Bruins could really go a long way in this bracket. Summerville at number 11, they're 10-15, one of 2 teams with losing records, local teams in this bracket. The Bears winning the Division IV title last year is the reason the Mother-Lode League got 4 teams in, so I guess it's only fitting
that they benefit they reap the benefits there.
Absolutely. Ben Watson's Bears grabbed that number 4 spot. Lathrop, as we mentioned, knocked off Sierra for this spot. They're at 16-10. They got a number 6 seed, a little bit higher than I thought, but since they're coming out of the Valley Oak League, the more powerful conference than pretty much anybody else in Division IV. They're facing a very interesting team. Anyway, first of all, for Lathrop, 16-10, first winning season ever for them, second playoff berth for them, and they're going to be dangerous in this bracket. Facing Mariposa at 23-3, undefeated in the Southern League. I really thought that the section would reward Mariposa with a home game somehow for going undefeated in their league. They're in the playoffs for the first time since 2010 and the first time under Coach Corey Edmondson. Calaveras 20-5 is the number 8 seed out of the Mother Lode League. They're going to host West Campus. The Redskins last won a playoff game 3 years ago. Argonaut at 20-7 is the number 10 seed, and they're going to be at Mesa Verde. This is the first winning season for the Mustangs since 2008, and it's also the last time they won a playoff game. Escalon at 13-13 out of the Trans-Valley League at Marysville. Now the Cougars have been in the playoffs almost every year, but they have not won a playoff game since 2005 when they beat Ripon for the section title.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
I was at these games, so most of these games. Just remember this stuff, right? You don't remember this stuff?
No.
No? Okay. Amador, 17-10. They're the number 13 seed. It's their first trip to the playoffs for the Buffalo since reaching the section semifinals in 2011. And then Ripon at 8-19, the worst boys record to reach the playoffs. They got the number 4 TVL seed. The Indians reached the section final 2 seasons ago, losing to Modesto Christian. Ironically, here, Rod Wright, the Ripon coach, is the Trans-Valley League representative that voted against this automatic qualification system that passed, and that's how you got 3 teams or 4 teams, and they went away from the power rankings. Well, it's only because this passed that Ripon High is in the playoffs. Is in the playoffs at 8-19. If the power rankings were still in place, there's no way they were going to make it.
And
so
that
anyway,
is ironic.
That is ironic. Isn't it ironic? So Division 4, 16 teams, like I said, 9 of them from the Stanislaus District, which is pretty much always the case.
Yeah, Division 4, we usually have a lot of teams.
So Division 5 girls.
We've got 3 teams in Division 5 girls, starting with Ripon Christian, the number 3 seed. They won't play until Thursday. They'll await the winner of Sacramento Waldorf and Western Sierra. Central Catholic just missed out on a home game. They're seeded number 5, and they'll travel to take on Woodland Christian on Thursday. On Tuesday, in a play-in game, number 7 Gustine will host Big Valley Christian of Modesto. And that will determine who plays Capital Christian on Thursday.
It's kind of another see ya.
Yeah, right. Thanks for playing.
Yeah. Over on the
copy of our home version.
That's right. Over in Division 5 boys side, there's 11 teams. How do you come up with an 11-team bracket? That means there's 5. Well, actually, that's not the way it turned out. My note was wrong here. Anyway, we've got two teams in Division 5. Central Catholic is going to open. 2 teams get byes in Division 5.
Yes.
Central Catholic at 22-5 is going to host Western Sierra. Honestly, had you heard of Western Sierra High School before tonight?
Of course I have.
They're in Rockland, by the way. This is the 8th straight playoff appearance for Central Catholic under Mike Wilson, and they're looking to make a run. Obviously, they have Brookside Christian at number 2 and Capital Christian at number 1, and that Capital Christian might be the strongest team in Sacramento, playing down at Division 5. Ripon Christian at 21-5 got the 5 seed, and they're going to host a Buckingham Charter, which I assume was founded by Fleetwood Mac. I don't know. I have no idea about that team either. Ripon Christian only has 1 senior. That's Eric Broker, the big man in the middle. And I can't help thinking that the Knights are just 1 year away from making a really strong push in Division 5 after surviving what for them is going to be a very difficult run through their first year in the Trans-Valley League.
Right.
So Ripon Christian, good team, very, very young team. Division 6 girls. We got anybody there?
We have 2 teams.
Oh, okay.
Turlock Christian and Tioga, way out in Groveland.
Yeah.
Tioga is the 8th seed. They'll take on number 1 Valley Christian. Thanks for playing.
Yep.
And number 3 Turlock Christian hosts Stockton Christian. Now, this is a Turlock Christian that doesn't have Haley Bergman anymore.
Right.
You know, Turlock Christian was a real player last year, but they're seeded number 3, and they'll give it a shot.
Yeah. That's Stockton Christian of Stockton, right?
Yes.
I say that
all
because
day, every day.
All day, every day. Division 6 boys also have the same matchup. Turlock Christian is going to host Stockton Christian. Girls game on Tuesday. Boys game. Is that right? Girls game on Tuesday.
Girls game on Tuesday.
Boys game on Wednesday. Turlock Christian at 18-9 got the number 3 seed in Division 6. This is the first winning season and playoff berth since 2006 for the Turlock Christian Eagles. So congratulations to them already on a very, very, very strong season in the Southern League. And they came out as the number 3 team in the Southern League. And I think that's it. I think that's all 47 teams.
Is that 47?
It's all
Were you
47
counting?
teams, 23 boys, 24 girls, and so I guess that's it. Thank you very much. The Modesto Bee obviously will be staffing a lot of these games. I'll be at a game Friday. You'll be at a game Friday. We'll both be at games all day.
Where are you going Friday?
I am going Davis Vallejo.
I think I'm going Turlock Stagg.
Turlock Stagg. I think that's where we'll be. Any case, that's it for the Modesto Bee Stanislaw basketball playoff preview. For Joe Cortez, this is Brian VanderBeek. Go out and watch some basketball.